Hello, this is Don Shanahan of EveryMovieHasALesson.com, and this is another edition of the Movie Classroom here on YouTube, a combination of a film review with an interactive whiteboard presentation. This week, we have Atomic Blonde, a 3-star out of 5-star summer thriller. Here is my review. For Charlize Theron and Atomic Blonde, I must default to the fun-filled website of Ranker and their ever-evolving list of movies with the most hardcore women. In 115 grizzled minutes, Theron's secret agent Lorraine Broughton surges to a top 5 place in that lineup behind Sarah Connor, Ellen Ripley, and Beatrix Kiddo. John Wick and upcoming Deadpool 2 director David Leitch deviously feeds the soon-to-be 42-year-old Oscar winner one sorry beatdown victim after another in a pulpy film based on Anthony Johnston and Sam Hart's well-regarded graphic novel The Coldest City. Atomic Blonde roots its espionage in real-life history, taking place a week before the fall of the Berlin Wall in 1989. In a plot right out of Mission Impossible, unfortunately, a damning list of the cover identities of NATO-aligned spies embedded on microfilm inside an expensive watch has fallen into the hands of a hulking KGB agent, Yuri Bakhtin, played by Johannes Hakur Johansson, looking to make a profit on his own. The twisting story that unfolds is all told by Lorraine after the events while she is being debriefed by 2 suits from MI6, played by James Faulkner and Toby Jones, and 1 from the CIA, embodied by John Goodman. Those men were the superiors that called Agent Broughton's deadly skill and feminine charms to recover the list. Landing in the divided city, Lorraine makes contact with a veteran undercover agent, David Percival, played by James McAvoy, a wild man who exploits every perk and indulges in every crooked curve of this city's bucket of snakes. The platinum assassin, with a fondness for Stoli on the Rocks, also picks up an interested tale in the form of French rookie spook Delphine LaSalle, played by Sophia Boutella. Across their differing agendas, the targets of interest are Bakhtin, the Soviet defector codenamed Spyglass, who made the list, played by Eddie Marzan, and ruthless arms dealer Alexander Bremovich, played by Danish actor and former real-life criminal himself, Roland Moeller. Leitch's film lacks zip, zilch, and zero in the style department. Splashy sprays and neon glows of color pop all over the bleak grayness of a German November, shot by John Wick cinematographer Jonathan Sulla. Costume designer Cindy Evans drapes Theron and company in equal threads of trampy and dingy fit for the era. Through it all, music supervisor John Houlihan bends our ears with a superlative period soundtrack of pulsing tracks to spur the on-screen frenzy. You come to Atomic Blonde for the action, not for the pedestrian spy game from 300 screenwriter Kurt Johnstad, and hot damn does it deliver those goods. Unlike John Wick, which the majority of the folks seemingly want to compare this film to, Lorraine Broughton favors hand-to-hand confrontation over the noisy quickness of a gun. Second unit director and Captain America series stunt coordinator Sam Hargrave teams with fight coordinator John Valera to have Theron punch and kick through every flailing groin and overmatched henchman that gets in her way in brilliantly choreographed and savagely visceral melee. Past this little editing acclaim in the direction of Elizabeth Ronaldsdottir, tough name there, fantastic editing to put all these fight scenes together. The film-saving piece de resistance in the center is a climactic throwdown of Lorraine protecting her asset and battling multiple opponents across several rooms, doors, hallways, flights of stairs, and outside streets. The throwdown is presented in a no-music single take, spanning at least 10 minutes. The kinetic timing and arrangement to pull that off is absolutely bonkers, and man, do I love it. The best cinematic sales job in the world for Atomic Blonde goes to Charlize Theron, performing 98% of her own stunts and playing the flaxen viper with every drop of convincing venom necessary to be a hardcore spy, which is always a razz because she's an absolute ham when you see her off screen in PR appearances. Apparently, Theron prefers the hard stuff, just like her character's taste in booze. Putting even someone like Liam Neeson to shame, Theron's recent resume is no stranger to anti-hero toughness between Mad Max Fury Road, Aeon Flux, The Fate of the Furies, Prometheus, The Italian Job Hancock, and Snow White and the Huntsman. Linda Hamilton and Sigourney Weaver may have their single Mount Rushmore characters on that badass women list, but I'll put Charlize Theron's work volume right next to Pam Grier's, is arguably the most prolific, badass female star of all time, or at least the best one working today. That's my review of Atomic Blonde. Here are my life lessons attached to it. Lesson number 1. The expression "cut to the chase" is as sharp as it sounds. Multiple characters drop this line in Atomic Blonde in the most perfect, snappy places to prevent a monologue and let shorter sentences or other forms of communication, like the physical form, finish the thoughts on the table, especially when the give to get information department is at play in a spy thriller. Add that verbal knife of cut to the chase to your conversation vernacular and you will be cooler for it. Lesson number 2. Take a deep breath before cardio activity. Listen to movie advice or a more qualified personal trainer who tells you how important breathing is during strenuous cardiovascular activity, especially, martial arts used to defend yourself against other trained killers. Lorraine knows what she's doing, and I tell you what, that deep breath does the trick. Lesson number 3, and this one's a little more aligned to the movie and not just fun stuff on the side, but no one wins the spy game. Atomic Blonde operates in a crevasse of moral high ground, meaning beneath moral high ground. The war of information espionage has always been about flexible or entirely removed morals to deceive and destroy your opponent or your enemy. The straining double and triple crosses in Atomic Blonde may not explore new spy movie territory by any means, but they do hammer home this ever-present trope of no one really ever wins in this sort of thing. That's my review of Atomic Blonde. It is a good bit of summer fun. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if it's super duper big screen necessary, but it'll look darn good thanks to the action scenes and what Theron can do with her own stunts. So if that's your cup of tea, go for it. Thanks a lot for listening to this particular review. Please like, subscribe, find me here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and otherwise. And I appreciate all the time you give this presentation.